Hi, I'm Tiffany Young with IdeateTV, and I'm here with Jeff from ARC, and he started a company that builds these devices that help people with mobility, and he's going to tell us a little bit about it. How did you get inspired to create this company?
Well, I've had a passion for this for a long time. I've been in healthcare helping people for a long time. My first client was 11 years ago that had an actual neurological. Before that, I was doing just chiropractic work and helping people with basic orthopedic injuries. But my first client, Gary, came in, and I just wanted to give him a chance to do more. He had been in a wheelchair for 10 years, and I wanted him to have a chance to stand and walk. He regained a little bit of use of his hands, and I just didn't have anything out there that was going to be helpful for him. And so I kind of created this for him to see if it would help him. And when he first got in it, the first day that he got in it, he took a step for the first time in 10 years, 10 steps by the end of the week, and in 2 years was walking with a walker after being paralyzed for 10 years. So since then, that was 11 years ago. This machine has changed a lot and changed a lot of people's lives. We've learned so much about how to use the tool, where at first it was just a chance for people to go for it, and try to do whatever they could. Has now become a true tool that we've learned how to harness and find ways to increase function for people that have lost it. Most of our clients have neurological disabilities, and so it helps paralyzed people to find movement again and to be able to stand and hopefully walk again.
That's awesome. So what about the device helps fire up those muscles or those nerves to start working again? Where is it
Yeah, that's a good question, because there's no wires on it, right? There's nothing that's plugging into anybody. It really is the person, okay? And it really is the opportunity for them to move naturally. What it is about the device is what it is actually not. It's not a harness system. They're not hung up by a harness with a string above their head. They're not tied down to anything. They're actually free to find their own body movement. And what we found is by certain movements and certain pathways of having people do different things, we can achieve activation. A lot of times for our clients, it's about being able to control. Not only can they not move, they can't straighten a limb or they can't bend a limb. Well, we've learned ways to teach them how to straighten and bend through movement by giving an opportunity to work in this safe space.
Very interesting. Okay. Well, I'm curious to have you demonstrate us a little bit how this looks, because it's interesting to hear it, but I definitely want to see it in action.
I got a better idea. Why don't you try it?
Okay.
You're gonna be able to do it all, but I'll show you. You can get into it, and I'll show you kind of how it works and explain how we're doing it.
So where do you see the company going? Do you see possibly a PEDS device or?
Well, for our company, what our next step is we have in April, we have a big study that we're doing with the machine. We're using different devices to kind of measure, like surface EMG, to measure the muscle involvement and everything. But we're essentially showing a mapping system of how you can take people with paralysis and map back recovery and map back action and function. And so we're doing this big study. We'll be hopefully publishing that, in this year. And then with that data too, we're going to be putting this in rehab centers and hospitals and training people on how to use it, how to do the course. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for telling us a bit about your company and your device.
Thank you, Tiffany. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Tiffany Young with IdeateTV.